Hey, what's up everyone? It's KAGE. Welcome to today's video with part 2 of my top 10 anime. If you haven't seen the first one, I definitely recommend to go watch it first because I made quite a few changes to it and I will be referencing a lot in this video. It has now been 3 years since I first started watching anime and I have now watched a total of 24 different animes, so the list is a lot more in depth than last time. A quick note before the video starts, just because something moved down on my list or got kicked off my list doesn't mean I like it less. It's just because I like something else a little bit more. So let's go ahead and get right into it. At number 10, I have One Punch Man. Now, One Punch Man actually dropped quite a bit from last time. It dropped from number 4 to number 10, but I still really enjoy it. It's still the first anime that I really watched, and I really appreciate it for that reason. Garo is still one of my favorite characters, and definitely one of my favorite antagonists. The fights are still really great, and from time to time I will rewatch some of my favorite fights, especially the one where Garo fought multiple heroes by the barn. I think they're still coming out with season 3, and I can't wait to see it. I recently got the whole One Punch Man manga, and I am very excited to read it because I'm a big fan of it, and the art looks incredible in it. At number 9, I have Attack on Titan. A lot of people that I see talk about Attack on Titan as one of their favorite animes, or their favorite anime, and it's not my absolute favorite, but I still really enjoy it, and it made it on my top 10 list, so hey. I really like seasons 1 through 3, and I love the fight scenes and the way they were animated. I thought that was awesome. But I'm not a huge fan of season 4. I mean, it's okay, but I really like the previous seasons a lot more. I thought the little twist to it was just eh. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. But seasons 1 through 3 was awesome. I also like the main cast of characters. My two favorite characters are Hanji. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, and Erwin. This series is a little strange to me because I usually like the manga a lot more than the anime, but in this case, I like the anime a lot more. I think they did a great job adapting it, and some of my favorite scenes in the anime was them swinging around in the city. I don't know, it kind of gave me like a Spider-Man type vibe. It was really cool, and I thought they did a great job at animating that. At number 8, I have Parasite the Maxim. I really enjoyed this series, and I really like the main character Shinichi. I like seeing him, the struggle that he goes through after he meets Migi, with him struggling with like the human emotions and becoming emotionless. And there's so much that happens in the series that affects him, and I just thought it was really great and really well done. I also really like the fights in Parasite. They're very different, especially with Shinichi and Migi, with the hand and like flying through the air and stuff, and I don't know, that was really cool. So definitely different fights, and I really enjoyed it. Thought it was a good story, good emotional elements, and everything. Overall, a solid anime. At number 7, I have Initial D. Now, this anime was perfect for me because I love cars and I love racing and drifting. So an anime that had all of that in it was perfect for me. I watched the first 4 stages, but was unable to find the 5th and 6th stages, although I did recently see that I can read the whole entire manga series for free digitally, which I am super excited to read, and I will start that probably fairly soon. I love the race scenes and seeing the different styles with the drivers had with their cars. Like the main character Takumi used drifting, while others use grip. And they use it relative to their cars and their car strengths and weaknesses, and so that was really cool to see. I really like that kind of realism thrown in there. I also love the cars in there. My favorite type of cars in real life are JDM cars, so seeing nothing but JDM cars was awesome. It even made me fall in love with the 8.6. I think this car sounds are really great and the sound are really good. I love watching those racing scenes and just hearing the cars. That was awesome. I definitely love this anime a lot. At number 6, I have Violet Evergarden. I really enjoyed this series, and I thought the story was really great. I really liked the main character Violet and seeing her try to understand emotions. And the way this one was set up, there was a central story around Violet and several side stories where Violet helped other people. So, for example, the first few episodes started off as just focusing on Violet. She became an auto memory doll, and she would go meet with somebody, and they would give her requests for like writing a letter to somebody or writing just kind of any kind of writing in general, and they would tell her what they wanted to say, and she would write it in a professional way that sounds the best way possible. And the way those were set up was that it was like this: she would meet them in the beginning of the episode, and she would leave at the end of the episode, and that you get a whole story involving that other character. And it also kind of tied into Violet and what was happening with her. So I thought that was really well done. My two favorite episodes were episode 7 and 10. In episode 7, Violet helped a playwright who lost his daughter to write a play, and he kind of started seeing his daughter kind of come out in Violet, and that was really cool. In episode 10, Violet helped a sick mother write letters to her daughter, and then it showed her daughter grow up, and the letters went to her every single year. That one was really great. Those were two of my favorites in there by far. At number 5, I had Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen fell 2 spaces, but it's still really great. This is another series that I will go back and watch some fights because they were absolutely amazing. My favorite fights are between the one with Itadori and Nanami versus Mahito, and Itadori and Todo versus Hanami. They're both great fights with amazing animation, and it's kind of funny that they're both tag teams, but they're just really great. Now, I haven't seen the Volume Zero movie yet. I'm going to watch it as soon as it releases digitally. And actually, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume Zero manga was the only one I've read so far, and it was fantastic. And I cannot wait to see the movie because of that. And I can't wait for season 2 to come out for Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm super excited to see it. At number 4, I have Demon Slayer. Just like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer dropped 2 spots, but it's still one of my favorites. I'm currently caught up on everything, and I have seen the movie multiple times because it was fantastic. Demon Slayer consistently brings amazing fights with bright and vibrant colors, and they're super satisfying to watch. I really enjoy watching the characters grow, and I like the story. I really like the Entertainment District arc. I thought it was great, animated perfectly. And I really like seeing Uzui in action, along with Tanjiro and the other main characters, so I thought it was really well done. At number 3, I have Bleach. As I said last time, I expected Bleach to rise on my list, and it did. It rose 4 spots to land at number 3. I really enjoyed Bleach. It continually provided a lot of comedy and some great fights throughout the series. My favorite fight is Ichigo versus Grimjaw. I thought this was a great fight that I really enjoyed, and I've seen it probably a ridiculous amount of times by now. But it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Ichigo is probably my second favorite anime slash manga character. I thought his character was awesome, and his powers are really cool. I even got Ichigo's Bankai recently that I need to put up on display, but I got it and it is awesome. The only reason why this isn't higher is because I thought it was lacking a little in story. However, it still has a 1,000 Year Blood War coming out that I'm super excited for. At number 2, I have One Piece. I'm currently on episode 500 and I am absolutely loving it. I like pretty much everything about One Piece. I love the characters, the fights, the story, and the character development. I think One Piece has some of the best characters that I've seen so far. The whole Straw Hat crew is awesome. I enjoy all of them. I really enjoy seeing them together and goofing off and fighting together. It's really cool. So far, Luffy and Zoro are my favorite characters, but I like so many other characters in there. But I know I'll be introduced to a lot more characters after time skip, and I know I'll learn a lot more about current characters after time skip. So I'm super excited to get to that, and I'm very close to it. My favorite story arc so far is probably Enies Lobby. Sorry if I butchered that, but there are so many different good ones that it was really hard to choose because Alabasta one was amazing also. But I really enjoy seeing the different islands that they explore, and that's kind of how they work with the arc. So it's like once they arrive at an island, that's kind of like how the arc starts, and then the whole island has a story to it, and then they leave. But it's really cool seeing that. I really like that setup. I think the story element's really good and strong in One Piece. And with each island they come across, they usually find different kinds of people, animals, and a whole different landscape. I think One Piece has a good chance to move to the number 1 spot, but we'll have to see. At number 1, I have Naruto. Naruto is still my favorite anime. It's just a fantastic series. I enjoy pretty much everything about it. My love for Naruto hasn't died out at all over time, because sometimes if I watch something, I'll put it really high up on my list, and I'll kind of be obsessed with it for a while, and then it'll kind of die out some. But I still really enjoy it, but just kind of not as much as I was before. But this hasn't really happened with Naruto. I still consistently wear all of my Naruto merch, and in games like Jump Force, I always love playing with the Naruto characters, and I still want to go to them all the time. And I love playing the other Naruto video games. And it's still crazy to me how popular it is. Almost everybody that I talk to that watches anime or has at least seen a little bit of Naruto. There's so many people that are like, oh, have you watched One Piece? No. Have you watched Bleach? No. Have you watched Demon Slayer? No. But you say, have you watched Naruto? Like, oh yeah, I watched Naruto. Or yeah, I'm watching Naruto right now. So it's crazy how popular it still is. Now, One Piece has come close to taking the number 1 spot, but Naruto's still my favorite. One Piece and Naruto are absolutely fantastic. Now, that's it for my top 10 list. And I do want to go over some shows that were dropped out of my top 10 list, unfortunately. So some that were dropped out of my list was My Hero Academia, Vinland Saga, Tokyo Ghoul, Dragon Ball, and Seven Deadly Sins. It's unfortunate for these to be out of my top 10 list, but some of these are kind of in there because I only watched, I think, like 12 or so at a time at the time I made my first list. So definitely a lot of improvements. And I still really enjoy these animes as well. And I'm going to make a top 25 list soon because I'm almost at 25 animes hit. So I'm going to wait till I get a little past that point, then I make my top 25 anime list, and they're definitely going to be on there. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what you think of my top 10 list, and let me know your top 10 animes below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.
Perfect.